Okay, so we're going to take a look at a practical example of how you can automatically refresh values of a given subpanel when values of another subpanel change. So what I mean by that is if we have the subpanel here, which is called leads, and we add a new lead into that subpanel, then automatically we want to refresh the user's subpanel. And the reason for that, I'll give you a live example, is that I created a logic hook that once we add a new lead here, it's going to update the user's subpanel here. But the problem is that it does it in the backend through the logic hook, but we need to actually refresh the page in order to see the changes, which is not very user-friendly. So this will allow us to automatically refresh what's going on here, what's happening here with the user subpanel. So it's extremely simple. What we need to do is we need to create a custom controller inside the custom modules parent module name. So parent name, basically what is this module here that contains this subpanel here, and then the file is called controller.php. And what we'll do here for the example's sake, actually we'll do the following. So we'll put this here, we'll remove this whole part here, and that's all we need to worry about for right now. So what's going to happen is we're going to execute this this action. So we're going to add a new item to the subpanel, lead on, let's say leader 4, boom. So this is done. So right now we're going to take a look at the log file. So I have here a custom function that generates a log file, and the log file looks like this. So if we go all the way to the bottom, what we can see here is the following. So when we actually manipulate that subpanel, an action takes place. So here we can see that we're actually registering the action. So I'm logging in the action that took place inside the log. And we can see a whole bunch of things happened here in real time. So that's something super useful for you to remember, that whenever you manipulate the subpanel, you're going to get a whole bunch of info in form of a request array. And so the next thing that we do is we just basically isolate the actions that interest us. And in my case, what I want is I just want to make sure that this is the right type of action. So we want to make sure that the module key is there. We want to make sure that the subpanel key is there, that the action key is there, and once we make sure that they're there, we want to make sure that the actual module is UN inventory. That's my custom module. That the subpanel is being manipulated is the leads subpanel, so we make sure of it here. Anyways, we just validate that we're going to perform the action at the right time. And then the next thing that we do is we call the we invoke this custom JavaScript, which is show subpanels, and then here we're going to put the name of the subpanel that needs to be refreshed. So in this case, it's this user's subpanel. And if you remember, the subpanels, we get them from the var.defs file under the fields, under fields. So basically fields, and this is what we're going to get. Remember that it's not this, but this. Even though this matches this, oftentimes the relationship name for custom relationships is, I think, 100% of the time, but for built-in fields, this may not match this. Okay, so anyways, just grab this, then put it inside the inside here. So show subpanels here, and that's going to refresh our user's subpanel. Let's take a live look at this. So we're going to basically refresh the page, then we're going to add this here, and once this is added, boom, as you can see, it automatically updates the user's subpanel. If you found the video at all helpful, please leave a like and subscribe, because I'll be making more of these videos in the future. Thank you.